Introduce computer.
Yes.
Yes. How do you start the unit?
So for me, I usually pull this screen up and then let them look at the picture before I go to the four boxes. The older students are pretty smart, and so they'll usually read it and be like, "Oh," and like really interested in the topic. And the younger students will kind of stare at it, and then, so because their level's a bit lower, I might ask like, "Oh, what do you see in the picture?" Those kinds of things. Where the older students will kind of speculate by themselves. So it's a little bit different depending on the level.
Right, right. Very good. You can bring their attention and by talking and sharing the idea, what does it look like, or what do you think? And if they can read the words, then of course they can think about that too, right? And then we go to image to sentence. And do you choose one of them, or does the student choose it?
I usually just start with the first box, but I
Mm-hmm.
guess, yeah, the students could choose. That might be
Sometimes,
interesting.
like I know during the food unit, I was like asking them, oh, which one do you want to do first? Which one looks the most yummy? And they would choose like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And maybe you can talk about about this unit. You can ask them, can you guess which area, which room is that? And then maybe they can choose to. Okay. And how about this one? How can you the lead?
I always call that the cutie cue, and the students love
Cutie
it.
cute. Oh, cutie cute.
And so I said it just a few times, and now every time it comes up, some of the students will go cutie cue and
Mm,
thumbs
mm-hmm.
up. Uh, but I'll usually ask them like, "Oh, what is this?" before they see the Korean word. And
Mm-hmm.
usually they'll know what it is, or sometimes they'll kind of stare at me blankly, like, I don't know what that is. I try to give them a chance to guess what it is based on the picture.
Right. Um, yeah, since the topic is my home, and maybe you can ask about this is the home, and I mean about this unit. It might be easier than other topics, but yeah, maybe you can ask them under the topic. And do you let them speak Korean or only English?
I let them use both. Mostly because in the initial training you had mentioned that like if they respond in Korean, it's okay. Uh, but I've kind of run into an issue with that fifth grade class where they now, because I gave them that leeway to speak Korean, they will almost refuse to speak English because they know I understand most of it. To the point
Mm-hmm.
where like they'll ask me to go to the bathroom in Korean when they know how to say that in English. And so now when I look at them and I say, please ask me in English, they look like offended that I would ask. So I think for that class, I'm looking at at ways to like push them more into using English because now they've lost the will to try using English in class.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
whereas the
I think
younger
that for
ones
younger
usually try.
students, right, younger students, their vocabulary is limited. Then
Yeah.
really they might know they might have no idea what it is.
Mm.
But for older students, they know, I think they have many vocabularies already. But the problem or the issue is they don't believe they know it.
Mm.
Uh-huh. So because they always memorize and memorize without thinking or connecting their real life. So if we kind of wait and how can I say push them to think,
Yeah.
then if they have just one time, oh yeah, I know this, and this is not that difficult word, and if I think, then I can bring out from my memory, from my brain.
Mm.
So if they have that moment, then they feel really confident and they want to go further more. So yeah, for older students, kind of push them speak more English,
Mm.
like you're doing really well. And for younger students, they might have no idea really. So it depends on their level and their vocabulary ability. But definitely for older students, make them speak more English and bring out what they have, even though it is not the correct answer, but it's okay. The point is think and then bring what they have or what it is. Okay. And um what is scholarship in English? We can check one more time. Then that already you might have a same step before this page and anyway. And if they say whatever it is, and then you can click here,
Living room.
and then they can find out the sound. Or you can go the flip way. You can show the texture first, text first, and then make them read because you can check their phonics too.
Oh.
So usually they want to kind of memorize or right away, oh, too long words, vocabulary. So I don't know how to read it. Then you can make a divide, like can you read the say only this part, li, and then ving by what is that the each sound block. You can ask them read it, then room and slowly say again, Lee, Ving, room, and then can you write it? Then they can say as writing, then they can match sound and letter together. Then they don't have to memorize. Then they can more they can what is that? The uh connect sound and letter deeply. So next time they can read better and better. So you can do that way, or click the sound part first and then guess how you write it. And then some students can come out and write on a board what sound was that. And then since we know the vocabulary living room, then we are making a sentence. Okay, 이곳은, can you make the sentence with this word? Then they are thinking, 이곳은, how can I say it? But, and again, older students know already this vocabulary and they can make a sentence, but they don't trust themselves. Oh, I don't know. So, and again, make them think and then say whatever, they have. So, after they say what they think and what they guess, we
This is the
play
living room.
the sound part. And they repeat the sound. For younger students, they don't know what it means, right? But they're really good at sound. So they can mimic the sound and they can try to write it too. And how are they about this sound? How many times do you play for younger students?
Never use that
Uh-huh.
for the sound part.
Uh-huh.
Mostly because my computer has that thing where it always cuts off the sound. And so I just say it myself. So I
Hmm.
am the voice part for
Okay.
and I usually will say it as many times as they need.
Uh-huh.
Especially with the word part, like part of what I do is have them try to guess how it's spelled, and I'll put the little dashes for how many letters are in the word, especially if it's younger students or like lower level, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
sound out each letter, and then they'll try
Mm-hmm.
to guess based on the phonics. And so the students really love doing that. And so I've been doing that with them. and then I'll sound it out as many times as they need, and they'll ask me like, "Oh, can you say it again? Can you do it one more time?" Like that. And
Oh,
so,
good. Excuse me, I want to take off my shirt. Kind of hot. Okay. Yeah. Well, actually, the teacher's voice is a lot better than this sound actually because yeah, the teacher sound and the text. I mean, how can I say this program sound? If that is the same sound, then they can pay attention more, and it's more familiar sound for them. So, absolutely, and you're doing really good, right? The dividing each part and make them the follow the slowly, and they can check by reading this full sentence. And after learning that this one scene, can they make a easily for next part? How are they? Can they what is that? How can I say apply the second part and third part easily, or they have a still problem?
so for this one, they understand like filling in the blank pretty easily, but when they
Mm-hmm.
go home, they have a hard time making it
Ah,
themselves, even when they have the paper, because I think they're trying not to look at the paper too, especially the older students will try to
uh-huh,
remember without looking at the paper that I gave them. And
uh-huh.
so the grammar is wrong, but obviously they're trying, so that's what we want. But they'll kind of revert back to the previous grammar that was incorrect rather than memorizing this, even though we
Mm,
practice this in class quite a bit.
mm-hmm.
So I'm not really sure how to make a stronger connection with these
Mm,
sentences.
I see. So, do you have that paper in a class too, or?
So I don't give it to them until the very end of class. So during
Mm,
class, they have nothing in front of them,
mm-hmm.
um, including like not writing anything down really. We're just
Right. Uh-huh.
looking and talking during the class period. And then at the
Right.
end of class, I made like a little booklet with
Mm-hmm.
like hole punches. And so each class I would give them the paper with what we learned that day, and then the parents can kind of look at what they learned, and then I type
Mm-hmm.
up the homework and I put it on there. And if they
Mm-hmm.
finish it, I have like a stamp with my face on it, and I stamp
Mm-hmm.
their book if they made a video.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then that also shows their parents like, oh, they can look through and see which videos they didn't do,
Mm.
kind of thing.
Wow.
It
Good.
help them keep track.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we've been doing recently. And then our main thing is when you're doing these video homeworks, our one rule is you can't just read the sentences from the unit. Like you can't
Mm-hmm.
copy the stuff in class, you have to make your own. But they could
Mm-hmm.
use the paper to help them make their own is the
Right,
idea.
to remember to bring from the class. Yeah, why
Yes.
we didn't make a book was
Mm.
if we give the book, then students, not students, how can I say, they try, they don't try to um fully pay attention what they're saying or what they're learning. Oh, always
Yeah.
when I open my book, then the sentence is right there, then I can read it. I can, the repeat it. So
Yeah.
if we show on a through this program, then they need to pay attention or remember, not memorizing, but need to
Mm.
understand and really the whole brain needs to concentrating what they're saying and learning. So
Mm.
we don't make the book because of the reason. But if you kind of hand out at the end of the class, then that material can help their homework. So
Yeah.
I think that's really kind of a good way because students don't remember, how can I say, uh, what they learned that day at home. So
Yeah.
they have no idea about their homework and they can be lost easily. So
Yes.
yeah, that is good way. But homework doesn't have to be really kind of a, the heavy or the kind of a difficult way. So and it doesn't have to be kind of a right sentence or a right way, just uh apply in their life at their home or in their kind of a routine. So we want to, how can I say, take out of the box the classroom, the textbook. We want to take out and you using or applying in their life. Then that can be the English can be alive, not just a museum the thing or just the dead English. So when they do their homework, maybe about this topic, they can walk and move around. This is the living room, and they can make a video, and then this is the what is that? This is the kitchen. Just using the sentence in their house, in their the daily routine, the thing. So then, yeah, the homework can be easier, I think.
Mm.
And the homework doesn't have to be exactly on this program one. I mean, you can make your own thing. So yeah, and um, yeah. How about this part? Do you talk to your students first? It is exactly same way, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can
I
ask
usually
what it
have them,
is. Uh-huh.
yeah. They try to, I have them try to guess what each object is before I show them the
Hmm.
text. And most students can guess these objects, even the low level ones for the My Home one.
Wow, good. Uh-huh. And
There are
then they're
some
making
units
kind
where
of a
that's
new
not possible
sentence.
though.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. And are they interested in saying what they are? Do they
So
like it?
after they like getting things right, but if
Yes.
it's something really hard, they kind of look a bit
Uh-huh.
lost. Like there's one unit that says like future generations. And then even if I tell
Oh.
them the Korean for that one, they have no idea what I'm talking about. But they are pretty good, like especially with the younger students, especially we'll go through and I'll make sure every student practices making the sentence with something.
Hmm.
Um, and we'll be very like careful about that with practicing the sentences. And for that level, especially because the Korean teachers are always encouraging them, like, even if you don't understand it yet, like using the sentence is already really good. So even if
Hmm.
they don't fully understand every word in the sentence,
Hmm.
they're comfortable with just repeating the sentence with one of the words because of how the Korean teachers work with them, which is really
Hmm.
helpful.
Hmm. How about this? You open the Google and then type the Korean, future generation Korean, or copy and paste. And then you ask about the definition of that word. And then they all can read aloud that definition of Korean. Then maybe it can help at that moment in a class. It
Yeah.
is, I mean, it's not a problem at all, searching about what it means, or if that is a noun about of object, then you can bring the picture more, as examples, and you can do it that way too.
So on those worksheets I gave them, I also translated all of the words from this page for
Mm-hmm.
every unit, and had it checked by the Korean teachers because sometimes the like Google Translate and Popgo are not always correct, or
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the translations are a bit awkward. So I
Ah.
translate them and then I have a Korean teacher check them. And then when they go home, when they see because I type everything out, and then
Mm-hmm.
everything there also has a Korean translation so they can remember. So I
Mm-hmm.
do that, but I worry about using the translator in class because I know it's not always very accurate.
Ah, I see. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it can be wrong or awkward moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And Korean teacher can handle in a better way because we can speak Korean. And
Mhm.
I just want to show um teacher can fail too when we search, So
Yeah.
the goal was showing how to search.
Ah,
And
okay.
yeah, but I just want to open everything. We can be right or wrong. Sometimes we can make a
Mhm.
mistake and then we can find a better way. And in that case, we can do some other ways. Just I want to show, that kind of a thing. But that is Korean teacher. In English, for English teacher, if
Mhm.
you pop up the Korean definition, but you couldn't understand fully what it means. So,
Mhm.
but the keys, have wrong information or something strange, happen to. So there is it's not safe way. You're right. Mhm. Anyway, okay, so let's move on this part. So image to sentence. So we have kind of a same pattern, and for this one unit, you don't have to finish for the pictures for a day. And for younger students, absolutely, for a day, we can do one picture is fine, or two pictures, and then two the other pictures can be next class.
Mhm.
So you don't have to finish one unit per day. It doesn't, it doesn't have to be that way at all. And we just put um, more the materials. We try to put more materials, enough for materials for our class. It doesn't mean you don't have to finish all of them a day or, a week. And we can skip two pictures even. If a students enjoy and say enough, then one part is fine and then you can move to next part, because if you do my home part too many times, like today and the next day and the next week again, since we didn't finish the four pictures, then they can be bored. Yeah, kids can be bored easily, right? So
Yeah.
um, the main part is how much they engage in a class, how much they are interested in this part, and then try to say as much as possible. That is number one thing. So with the four parts, teachers can decide. For this class, we can do picture one, and then maybe we can do two pictures, and then we can move on, or we can divide for 2 days, half and half, or we don't have to finish the full parts, this time at all. After finishing B verb for 5, 6 months later, and then we can come back again. You don't have to keep on going.
Mhm.
If you after teaching 2 months or 1 month, and then you can stop, and then you can come back, uh, that the beginning part, and then kind of review what we learned and how much we can say, we can express, and if you can combine two units, like my home and I don't know, maybe a counting part, or my family and the whatever units, you can combine two, and then it can be a new unit. Then they can be more interested, and they can how can I say, when students can um can have a moment to show off what they learned and what they can remember, then they are super excited and they're more engaged and they're active in a class. So you don't have to always, oh, we need to learn new stuff and we need to move on. We need to keep on going. And all units, we need to finish all units about Beaver. But you don't have to do it that way at all. So the really main part is make the students interested and have fun and express what they are thinking, what they know, and they're learning new stuff, and then come back and use those information that they learned. We have a 40 units, and for maybe if we go back to this part, we are going to make the grammar charts, but I can explain a little bit. Up to unit 10, we are, the sentence is based on the present be verb. And then unit 20, past be verb, if you notice about that. And then unit 30 was, what was that? What was that? Is that a present? What word was that? Oh yeah,
Past
yeah.
progressive?
Like what was that?
Was it, I think it was like past progressive for unit third, or
Oh,
maybe
progressive.
progressive.
Mhm. So like I am wearing, I am playing, I am eating, and the unit from 31 to 40, past progressive.
Mm.
Mhm. So you can choose a units. If you wanna teach past beaver, then between from unit 11 to 20, you can pick, the units. And this is connecting to G verb, if you notice that. What I mean is if you teach unit 1 and unit 3, and then if you skip, some units, then I want to suggest you when you teach G verb, kind of the same pattern, because already they know be verb sentence and they know vocabularies. Then if they learn G verb, then they can expand based on be verb vocabulary and sentence, and they can speak more than the new unit. That is the tip. Okay, that was image to sentence. So the step 1. And how about this part, the module 2, 4CC, the grammar part? How can you teach this part?
So my Korean is not at that level, but I have the
Yeah, I mean,
students
even
read
this
it
one is
aloud
not easy
and
for Koreans. So, can you make them read or?
thing. So it's like they'll be like, ah, jong jong jong, pure pure pure, and they'll read it like with all of it. And like the words, if it's pink, they'll say pink color and then read it. And so they think it's really fun.
Mm. So, so class, they all read together. It is frozen. Okay. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Are you there? Okay, it was
Oh
frozen.
yeah,
I'm
okay.
sorry. I couldn't hear anything. I'm sorry. Could you hear
Also
me?
couldn't hear anything.
Okay. So can you explain to me one more time, please?
Yes. So I have my students take turns reading aloud around the
Mm-hmm.
classroom. And then they'll have fun with it by like saying like all the periods and all the color changes and the stars, and they'll read those as well as the actual words, which they think makes it more fun. And so instead of this just being like, oh, I'm just gonna read about grammar, they're like, oh, I want the long one, I want this one. Like they'll be excited for the long ones because they can have more fun with it while reading. And so they
Mm,
usually do that.
okay. Even Korean teachers, they don't explain this part at all
Okay.
because, yeah, grammar is really tough.
Mm.
We don't understand. Even the older students or the higher level, even though they read this Korean,
Mm.
so and then after reading that, so what does it mean? They don't know what it means. But then why are we reading this part? The point is, after reading this one, they at least have a concept what
Mm.
kind of grammar they're using to make a sentence. And then after this part, and then this question about the question sentence, and then yes and no answering sentence, and this, and then anyway, after those, the concept, um, when they have this sentence, then it kind of comes together. Oh, it means that thing. That is that this is that one. And then how can I say in our brain, like a really kind of a tough or difficult concept. We don't know what it means at that time. When we read it, we didn't understand what it means. But later, when we have example, then oh, that is what it means. And when we go back to that part, then we can understand more than first time. And then have the example again, then we can understand more and more. So that's why we kind of read aloud. We don't understand what it means, but when we read aloud, the sound, we can hear ourselves. And then when we read aloud, then our eyes and how can I say, whole our body, the five senses pay attention what we are reading. So even though we don't understand, those kind of, the pieces are in our brain. And with those pieces, when we see this sentence, when we read aloud the sentence again, then those pieces come together. Especially this sentence is not just example. It is what we made before by using our brain, by failing, by making mistake. After making mistake, we made it. So they can understand. They can put together easily. However, they don't understand or they can't make a 100% work right away after learning one unit. It takes time. First day, maybe they can do half of the sentence after learning this part. Okay, for example, this is your bedroom, and then it asks about can you make a question sentence? This is that question, the sentence part. Then they're thinking, and they're thinking a lot, but some of students can make it, some of don't, but later they can do it. But the tip is when you do this part, um, I want to suggest you on this page, you ask them, can you read Korean this part, right?
Yes.
이곳이 너의 침실이야? Then maybe you can ask 이곳이 너의 침실이야? And if you can make a way, then it is a question sentence. So with this sentence, you can practice with students, making positive sentence, and then question sentence, negative sentence, and answer and negative question sentence with this page because they can see this is your bedroom and they learned if we flip number one and two, then it can be question sentence. They're looking at this sentence and then okay, flip it. Then flip is this. Am I doing right? And they're thinking, oh yes, you're doing yes, that is a question sentence. Oh, okay, I know how to do that. They have that feeling. And how about the answer? Yes, yes. And then how can you answer? And then they practice on here. And then no. And then they make a sentence.
Mm.
And then the negative question too, isn't this? And then they practice here. They kind of how can I say those the rhythms and the words mm, take out. They have the moment. How can I say? We say put in my mouth. I say it that way. Those words put in my mouth. And then after this part, then when you ask this, okay, let's make a question sentence. Then since they practiced, since they had a moment, they can take out easily. Okay, the sentence is kind of in their head. This is your bedroom. They have it. Kind of a balloon is in their head. That the word balloon. Then they're thinking, okay, I flip it at that time, then is this your bit? Like that. Then they can do faster and faster. First time, it takes time, they make mistake, but later, as time goes by, then they can do a lot better. Mhm. Any questions about that?
You give me just one moment. My computer battery is almost gone. I'm going to go
Oh,
get my
yeah,
charger.
yes,
Sorry.
yes, yes. It's okay. It's okay.
But the computer is getting a bit old, so the battery is going very quickly.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Usually that doesn't die this quickly. We had 90%, so okay. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So, um, how is the 4CC part? Do you have any problems or um how is that?
No, it's okay.
I kind of have been doing what you said about like on the first page, I'll show them the sentence and then I'll ask them like, okay, how do we make this a question? What do we do to make this a question? And sometimes if they forget, I'll like draw little arrows on the board between one and two, like showing them switching. But I think I'll also try having them make the other sentences as well.
Mm.
Hmm. Okay. And the plus part, if I give you another tip, I might need to talk to the Jisun, but um, do you teach only meta or do you teach textbook too?
In some classes, we teach the textbook, and some classes we do meta.
Okay.
But oftentimes with our meta classes, we only teach them meta and not a textbook,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the other classes will only teach them a textbook, and those classes are not doing meta. So it really depends on which class.
Mm-hmm. Then the Korean teachers teach textbook?
Yes.
Ah, okay. If they can do this 4CC part in a textbook class, then kids can practice a lot more and have the concept, and then it can be really helpful for the meta class too, the both sides together. So I can
Yeah.
suggest that part. And number two, if you make how can I say mm, like if you have a Korean part for homework, like a 4CC homework, then students can ask and answer together. But that can be in a Korean teacher too. Okay, let's not do that. I can suggest you something better. Do you make students say Korean part or not?
Yes.
Do you
Uh,
so they do they like for example, there is a sofa in the living room, and then do they read Korean too?
yes.
Very good. They need it. And then after that, after practicing those four sentences, do students read this Korean too?
Yes.
And then they make a English sentence? Very good. Mm, because students don't connect between English sentence and Korean sentence. What I mean is, when I say, okay, what is a question sentence? Then they think, what? Even I'm not asking English sentence, Korean sentence. Then 거실에 소파가 있어요 is positive sentence. And then if I ask, can you make a question sentence with that one? Then 거실에 소파가 있나요? They cannot get it, even the Korean. Then if they don't know the Korean way, then how can they make an English sentence? How can they make, put together, oh, okay, this is question sentence. So reading the Korean is very important. We need to give the concept, okay, this is question sentence. Same as answering to. Yes, 네, 있어요. After reading Korean altogether, and then they can say it. Or one student can say this, the Korean part, and then the others make a English sentence like that. Okay. And how about this part? After doing module 1 and 2, then they can do really well this part, right?
Mm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And the homework. We have English part, but you don't have to follow this homework at all. When you have a class, you can see, depends on class. They are, some classes really liked whatever the sentence or scene or picture, then you can bring the homework idea for each class. So it's totally fine.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you have any question by this?
Yes. Could you explain the teacher's resources
Mm-hmm.
for like there's the file with the worksheets.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had any training that explained those worksheets and how they were kind of intended to be used. Would that be possible?
You mean, I didn't understand what you mean fully. The
So
teacher's worksheet?
it's the I don't remember the Korean name, but it's the one that's got like the dictation worksheet and the creative notes and like that packet.
Do we have it?
Oh, yes. Okay, let's see if I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull it up so I can look at the Korean. Mm,
I think I can give you, um,
So if you click on like the top right,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I mute your voice. How can I unmute? Crazy. Hold on.
oh, I think I muted myself. Sorry. It muted when I clicked out into another screen
Mm-hmm.
when I clicked over to Meta. So the
Okay.
Korean was 자료실, that
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
fine. Can you explain those?
Oh, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Right. We have it. I forgot that.
Yeah, we have it. I think last time you said, oh, next time we'll discuss that. And then I got sick and everything.
Oh,
So,
yes. Yes,
mm.
yes, yes. Uh-huh. Okay, I need to share this part. How can I do that? Share. Here. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you see here on the
Yes.
right side upper user item? If you
Mm.
click this one, and then I'm going to down here, 자료실, like you say. If
Yes.
you open this one, we have a speaking booster. And each unit, there are each unit. I'm going to open unit one and then download. Then you can download all pages. And I downloaded already. So I'm going to open that one. Okay, that's on my screen. I think I moved away. I can download again. What time is your class?
3 p.m.
What?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be quick. Okay, I did it. Okay. When we download the page, then you will see like this.
Mm.
And this is be verb. Oopsie. Okay. Uh, about the topic, my house, and all the sentences. And with this page, you can do many things depend on the levels. Like a phonics level, you don't have to finish all pages at all. Of course, they can't read all of them too much. But maybe 2 or 3 lines or 2 or 3 sentences. Like they can just read aloud. They don't know what it means at all because their vocabulary is really low,
Mm.
but they can practice the phonics and they can make a circle. Oh, be verb, is. We learned is like that. So the low level, you can do that way. And the higher level, they can read aloud. So they can record for homework or um, like a translation part. So right away after reading, then they can say Korean, what it means. They don't have to write it. It is like a translating, reading Korean and then saying, I mean, the reading English and then saying Korean, reading English, saying Korean. So recording that part. So they can practice be verb here about house. And the next page is G verb. Then you can skip this part, of course, because they didn't learn about this. And then after reading the B verb, this is a translation, like writing Korean part. But you don't have to do. I mean, you don't have to do each page. You can pick and choose. And or here they can summarize about that my house part here after reading it. They can summarize or they can write about their house after reading those sentences. And this one is like a more conversation way, same content, but
Mm.
that was like just sentences, and this one is conversation way. Then um, Tom and Emily, like two people make a conversation, like a acting. It's not like a hi Emily, what do you do? Not like that. Like a acting. I become Tom. Hi Emily, what do you do? Since I'm Tom, hi Emily, what do you do? Then they have more fun and so if they put their emotion, then brain can tend to remember more and they have more fun. So after reading this the passage, the paper, they they know or understand about the content, and then they can make a conversation way here. And oh, here the page. They can summarize, or they can write about the house, or they can write about their future house, or they can write about whatever they think.
Mm.
And this is a drawing and writing part about the house. And this is for cartoons part, 4 parts. Take one and two, 1, 2, 3, 4. This page can be very handy. What I mean is they can they can make a cartoon. Then after making a cartoon, then based on this page, they can write about um, the story or whatever, or they can make a presentation based on this cartoon, because students feel pressure when they write about something, the full page, then they don't know where they can start or what kind of things they can write in. But if they make a cartoon first, they can easily bring that idea and then, oh, this is what I wanna write or say. So after doing this activity, then you can move on the more writing part or presentation part.
Mm.
And this is kind of a just notes, but cute note. And dictation. We have 4 vocabularies and 4 sentences, so you can use this paper for that when you have module 1, that one, image to sentence part. So every unit has 9 pages, but you don't have to use all of them, or you can expand in more advanced way. It's up to the class level and how much time you have, and it's up to the class totally. Yeah, this is more pages. Okay. Any questions?
No? Do you have any questions?
No.
Thank you.
Yeah. And again, the homework doesn't have to be every day. I can talk about this part with Jisun.
Ah,
Yeah. So, and starting part, homework can be just a one sentence, making a one sentence, saying just one sentence. And they need to feel kind of free and, oh, this is really easy. I can do, easily. And they need to be happy to do their homework. It should
yeah.
be that way. Yeah, it doesn't have to be, oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, so much homework and no,
Yeah.
I don't know what I need to do. It doesn't have to be, it shouldn't be that way.
Mm.
Then yeah, I can deliver this message to Jisun.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. I hope I helped today. And if you have any questions, let me know again.
Will do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you too. Okay, have a great day.
You too.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.